Today I'm going to show you how to make pretzel rolls. You will need 500 grams of strong white bread flour, 7 grams of fast action dried yeast, 300 millilitres of warm water, 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 50 grams of butter melted, 3 tablespoons of bicarbonate of soda, 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of salt. In a bowl to your flour add your sugar and your salt and give it a really good mix. And then add your yeast and mix again until well combined. Then add your melted butter and your warm water, so you want it about body temperature. And again, give it a really good mix. So as you mix it, it should come together as a slightly sticky dough. I like to add my water a bit at a time, but you can just add it all in one if you want. And then once you've got it together as a sticky dough, pop it onto a work surface and then you want to knead it. So I kneaded mine for about 10 to 15 minutes until it was really smooth and elasticy. You'll want to keep flour in your work surface though, because it will stick to the work surface. So to knead, you want to use the bottom of the palm of your hand. You want to push your dough, push it into your dough, and then pick the dough up off the board, rotate it, and then do that again. Make sure you take the dough off the board, otherwise it will stick to the board and it will cause quite the mess. Like I say, if you just keep flouring it to make sure that it doesn't stick to your board. If you have a mixer, you can use a dough hook kind of mixer if you want, but I like to show the way of doing things without equipment. So once you've kneaded it for about 10 to 15 minutes, it should be really nice and smooth and elasticy. And you just want to take your bowl and then you just want to grease the inside with a little bit of oil, pop your dough in and then cover it with some cling film. And then you want to pop that in a nice warm place for an hour to an hour and a half until it's nice and risen. And then once it's risen, you then want to just knead it just for a couple of minutes, just to knock back the dough, which knocks the air bubbles out. And then you want to divide the dough into 8 pieces. And then roll each piece into a long, thick sausage. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a pretzel shape, but we're not going to do it as, so with making pretzels you would do a really thin long piece of dough, so then you get the holes in the pretzel, whereas to do pretzel rolls we do the same shape but we don't roll it out as much. So if you do it as quite a thick long piece of dough rolling it out, then you want to create a U shape, twist the dough over itself and then pull it back up and then attach to the top of the curve. Then just pop this onto a pre-lined baking tray. And then once you've done this with each of your pieces of dough, you then want to just lightly cover it with your cling film from before and leave it for about 20 minutes just to allow the dough to rise again. Then you want to fill a saucepan with some water, bring it to the boil and then add your bicarbonate of soda. And then give it a stir until it's nicely dissolved. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pop your rolls into the bicarbonate of soda mixture just for 20 seconds either side. And then once they've had 20 seconds either side, you then want to just take the roll out of the pan and then just pop it back onto your pre-lined baking tray. And then once you've boiled each of the rolls, you then want to brush the top of each one with a beaten egg. And then just sprinkle with a little bit of salt. And then pop in a preheated oven at gas mark 6, 180 degrees fan assisted, or 200 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes. And there you have it. That's how you make pretzel rolls.